Hey, welcome to the channel. This is Pat, and as you can see, today is the 4th of July, so happy 4th of July to everybody. And this sleigh right here is kind of traditional and living in Hawaii. It's just kind of a normal thing. So yeah, so welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to discuss, should you buy tennis strings on eBay? And that's going to be kind of the big discussion. So deal or no deal. But before we get into that, please, if you like this and this is valuable to you, make sure that you subscribe and like. Please comment, leave questions. That way I can answer them in future videos. And also, I'm working on building a community of stringers and wannabe stringers at all levels, so that we can kind of collaborate and just kind of have fun just talking about tennis and strings. So. All right, let's get right into it. And before I do, personally, I have bought tennis strings on eBay and I've sold tennis strings on eBay. Sometimes it's a good way to actually reduce some of your surplus that you have. But I kind of wanted to make a video on it because I've been asked, like, what are some good places to buy string? And so I thought today I would just focus on eBay. Now, there's a couple precautions I think that we should discuss, or a couple ideas first. And when you're purchasing string from eBay, you need to be careful. Look at just like purchasing anything on eBay, make sure that you have checked out the seller. How much feedback does the seller have? Does the seller normally sell tennis strings or not? Sometimes either of those could be good or not. If the seller maybe has only one lot of tennis strings, well, maybe they picked them up somewhere, got them free, got them at a garage sale, they have a buddy that's into tennis, whatever. Other times, I think sometimes you can get better deals there, because if it's somebody who's a regular tennis reseller, they're going to probably sell it close to what it's worth, or they're closing out old stock. And that brings me to the next point, being careful with buying old stock. One way that you can tell to some degree is you can look at the packaging. Sometimes they might have, you might be looking at string on eBay that's 2 generations of packaging behind. And if that's the case, you might want to be careful, especially if you're buying multi-filament strings or even natural gut that maybe have sat around for a while. If you're paying a lot for it, who knows? It could be a little bit brittle, could be, could be something that could prematurely break and so forth. So you got to be careful with that. So all that being said, let's go ahead and get straight into it. So I went ahead and went straight to eBay, and I just typed in tennis strings. And what I'll do first is I'll kind of go down and look at the completed items first. That way I can kind of see, okay, what's recently sold as far as tennis strings. And you'll see a lot of individual sets. Sometimes you'll see a set, and then you got to look at the shipping too, because depending on where you live, the shipping could be a lot. But then there's some reels. Like here's a couple good deals. Brand new Dunlop Black Widow 16 gauge. Oh, now that's a mini reel, 72 meters, so that might not be the best deal for $29. 40-foot set. Sometimes if you're buying an individual set, that eBay might not be the best, because you might be paying a lot more for shipping. And sometimes with the online retailers like Tennis Warehouse, Tennis Express, those places, you might be able to get free shipping if you buy a certain amount. Okay, here's a Solinco Hyper G17 656 feet string reel. That's actually half a reel. I don't know why they called it half reel. 656 is actually a full reel. But it went up to $74. That was actually an auction, so it went 10 bids up. $8 shipping. I did see a set. Sometimes if somebody has a surplus of maybe RPM, Blast, or even I've seen a lot of Luxilon, Elu Power. Like I saw one yesterday that went for I think $168 for a full reel, and I mean that was a steal then, because normally you're looking at I think about $269 or so for that. Here we go. There's a Kirschbaum synthetic gut 16 reel, 660 feet. So that's a full reel, $40 plus the $5. So figure you're getting what, 16 sets? I forgot now what the math on that was, but yeah, that nets down pretty good. But individual sets you might not get the best deal. It's usually the larger lots. Here's some more reels. Yonex, Dynawire, let's see, 650, that's a 200 meter reel, $39. Dunlop Black Widow, 660 feet for 99. Yeah. So you can go through here. So what I would do is I would look through here depending on what kind of string that you wanted. Oh, here you go. Here's an RPM Blast 17 gauge, full. It's a full 660 foot reel, brand new, $160. I mean, that was a pretty good deal. So somebody who's selling string on here maybe one time or two times, and who doesn't really know the value of it might list it lower. And you can always go to putting in your specific, putting in your specifications. Like you can say ending recently or newly listed. Newly listed, that way it'll give you a chance to maybe get on the front end of somebody that just listed something maybe below value. Because if you do just newly or ending soonest, then you can maybe get something that nobody else bid on. So there's a couple ways to maybe play that market. But the thing I would really be careful of is look at the packaging. If you're not really that familiar with when the new packaging came out, look at the packaging of what's for sale. Go to Tennis Warehouse, look at their packaging, and at least you can kind of then gauge, like, is this really old or is it kind of in line with the best? So really, can you get a good deal on eBay? Yes, you can. I think the best deals are going to be with reels, and the best deals are going to be with lots of sets. So when somebody's selling 8, 10 sets together, because that's going to be when it's, I think, netted down a little bit for you. But again, be careful. In the past, eBay has a history of selling counterfeit rackets. Not eBay selling them, but finding counterfeit rackets on eBay. And I heard some rumors lately that that's also entered, the string market has also kind of entered into that. So there could be some counterfeit strings, or strings that aren't, that weren't supposed to be marketed to retail, and that might have some kind of flaws. So you do need to be careful. Look at the sellers, buy from a reputable seller, look at their feedback. Do they have a lot of negative feedback? And then again, look at, do they sell a lot of string, or is it just a one-time deal for them? So you can get a deal on eBay. You just got to be careful and do your due diligence and so forth. So I hope that was informative. I hope that helped you out. That's all I have for today. Have a good 4th of July, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.